Hello. So this is going to be potentially an emotional reading, so heads up for that now. I'm not trying to emotionally manipulate anyone here or anything like that. I'm not trying to distress anyone. It's funny, there's a siren going past as I'm saying this. But if I'm getting messages, I feel like basically it may be nothing, right? It may be nothing. And in which case, it doesn't matter. Like, just ignore this reading. But it could be something. And if there are genuinely messages trying to come through for somebody, then I I can't withhold that, right? I have to put that out there because somebody needs to hear that. So, um, with that in mind, I'm sorry about my wrinkly sheet today. I can't be bothered ironing it, and yeah, there's ancestor stuff coming through with this reading today, and I just feel like my ancestors would not be approving of me putting my wrinkly sheet on the internet. So yeah, I'm getting this kind of like it feels like I've got a lot of like strong paternal energy in my family tree on my dad's side, and you know, some very interesting characters, let's say, and the kind of energy I was kind of like getting up to move. I painted my nails and then it's like I was getting up to move, and I'm one of these people, I cannot sit still long enough for my nails to properly dry. I always move and ruin it. But I was kind of like, I was going to turn off my music, and I had this kind of like sit down energy, like sit back down and listen, this kind of like bossy male authoritative energy. It feels fatherly, grandfatherly, and there's other things that are indicating that to me as well when I get into the things that have been coming through. And it's funny because one of my granddads, my great granddads, was actually a police officer, and that's the kind of mood I'm getting. Like, either it's somebody who's like a teacher, or somebody who is in some kind of position of authority where they're the ones who, you know, give people direct orders, sit down and listen, you know, that kind of thing. You know, that old-fashioned father energy. So right, I'm just going to get into what I've been getting through. I saw a mug of water. So like it looked like it had like a floral pattern on it to me. Not like a tiny floral pattern like this, but like slightly bigger flowers. There was like a moth or a butterfly or something like in the water, or like on the edge of the cup. And it's like this person had a finger. It's like the finger was going in to kind of like help this butterfly or moth or something out of the cup of water, or they were trying to give it a drink of water. It could have been like a child trying to give it a drink of water. It could have been a stick insect, but it definitely had like brown wings like this. They kind of showed me on a different angle, or whether it was a moth and a stick insect, I don't know. Maybe there's a child who's into like bug collecting or something like this. But yeah, a moth, like a moth or a butterfly with like a very beigey coloured wing, and from the other angle it kind of looked more like a stick insect to me, and that was on somebody's finger, I think. The next thing I saw was like a cardboard car, but it was like a flat pack cardboard car is the best way I can describe it. The first image they showed me was like it was a piece like this, with four like circles for the lights. And then there was like tools or something around it. Then the next image that I saw was like a large piece of cardboard. It was bigger than I can fit on the screen. It was really quite large, and it was like it had like it was just one big rectangle of cardboard, but it's like it had like grooves cut into it, and it was one of these where, you know, you can like fold it, and as you fold it, it's going to make the car shape. That's the impression that I got. It could have been it could have not been a car, but that's what it looked like to me. A little bit like I think like, did Nintendo do something that's like a game, like you can connect it to the DS or something, like a computer game, but it's like you make things out of cardboard. I'm not sure. I've seen it. It looked really interesting. I thought my son would be into it, and then I kind of completely forgot all about it. Then I saw a tiger. It was on a black background, so I felt like it was like an image of a tiger rather than the real tiger. then I saw like it looked like, see, I feel like there's a child involved because I was seeing like Skeletor toys. I mean, it may not have been Skeletor, but there was like a sort of like a skull head, and then like a almost looked like an action figure, but it was like white. So I don't know, it gave me Skeletor vibes. And I think did He-Man ride a tiger as well? Was that a thing? So I don't know if there's something with that. Now it started to, I feel like they were the indicators. They were like, right, we're going to get someone's attention, right? Then we go into something a bit more. Then we go into the messages that they wanted to communicate. So I could see a really big tree, really big tree. It was like a thick tree, like an ancient tree. It had been there a long time, like big, thick tree. But it was up a slope, and the slope had kind of started to come away, and you could see like the roots were bare. There was like uh, a space underneath the roots. So I don't know whether somebody's like that was a hiding place for somebody. Somebody went in and hid there, or if it's like something is hid there, or it's just like somebody's seen this, like where they go for a walk, perhaps. I feel like it's near someone's house, but possibly. I feel like maybe someone's been concerned about it for a while because the dirt is coming away from the roots, right? And it's a big, heavy tree. And I was hearing fall. So I don't know if the tree is going to fall. So if that is ringing alarm bells to you, please do sort that out before anything serious happens, because be very careful if that's a message for somebody. But it could just be talking about fall as in, if you're American, you say fall instead of autumn, right? So it could be something to do with autumn. Maybe this is a place that you went to in autumn. Maybe it's where you spend autumn. I feel like it's something to do with like back home though. Again, because of this kind of ancestral energy, I associate big trees with emperor energy, which is this kind of paternal energy that I'm picking up on. I saw some glass marbles, maybe about 5. Then I heard, because I was kind of asking for the messages, I heard, don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. So whether that's actual advice, don't let your guard down right now, keep your guard up. I don't know if that's something that somebody is trying to tell somebody, or if this is something that people used to say to somebody. So it could be like, oh yeah, I remember my granddad used to say, don't let your guard down. It could be something to do with like sports. Then I saw a painting. It was flowers in a glass vase, and they were kind of, it was like there was, you can see on the screen here, it's quite pinky. I have red curtains in the bedroom, and when I close them, there's kind of like a pinky glow that comes through. So I think the painting may have been in pinky orange colours, or it may have just been in a pinky orange light, like sunset kind of thing. But it was like a glass jar full of, like, it looked like wildflowers or something, but there was quite a big one, like a big orangey pink one over here, like on slightly to the left, that I remember kind of stood out to me. It kind of gave me Van Gogh vibes, but maybe not, I don't know. The song Benediction by Luke Sitar Singh has been coming through quite a lot. I did hear it a few days ago, but it's kind of stuck with me. And as I was getting all this stuff, again, this kind of benediction, this kind of, maybe like benefactor, maybe somebody who's, this kind of paternal energy that's coming through, of somebody who's like, because bene means good in Latin, I think. So benediction, good speaking. Somebody who's spoken well thought of, like people speak well of this person. But again, it kind of gives me like church vibes. I lit a candle before this reading. I don't normally light a candle. I light joss sticks for the reading, but I felt a very strong urge to light a candle, and the flame was enormous. Like I was shaking the match and it wouldn't go out. So that could be something for somebody. But the lines from that song that stuck out to me were, I'm sorry we don't have forever. I'm sorry we don't have forever. I'm sorry we don't have forever. I don't know. It's like, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry we don't have forever. Something about needing more time, and then it's, are you listening, are you listening? So it's this energy of like, this person, sit down, don't move, are you listening, are you listening? Like, I don't know if this is like the sort of thing that people said. And then I got You Do Something to Me by Paul Weller. You do something to me. Then I got Faded by Alan Walker, and sorry, I got distracted. My tummy rumbled as well. I'm getting distracted by High by the Beach by Lana Del Rey, which came through the other day and stuck with me, but that's not the song I was going to say. Faded by Alan Walker, High by the Beach then by Lana Del Rey, and Numb by Linkin Park. I don't know if somebody's numbing. I don't know if somebody's smoking substances by the beach, maybe. Because the blocking, because there's emotion attached to this fatherly figure, and I feel like somebody doesn't want to do that emotional work. There's stuff about water as well, big great bodies of water that keeps coming through, and I'm hearing in other readers' readings as well, so it's definitely something that's trying to come through, like big, like I don't know if somebody lives near a lake or a big body of water, but it's this stuff about doing a deep dive as well, like High by the Beach, you know, that's by the sea. What's the other song? I've not written it down. I don't know why I've not written it down. Numb by Linkin Park. It says caught in the undertow, caught in the undertow. So I don't know if somebody has some kind of something to do with naval boating. Maybe somebody does a lot of boating. Maybe somebody was buried at sea. There's something about water. So I'm just writing Numb, Linkin Park. Yeah, do sort out that tree though if that sounds familiar to you. Bit worried about that. Numb by Linkin Park is a song about the expectations of somebody's father, you know, and not wanting to be like the father and wanting to kind of go and do their own thing. So again, this kind of fatherly energy that's coming through again. So I haven't actually got any cards out. I don't know what they want me to use, and I'm getting drawn to the showing me mermaids again with this like water energy. So I think let's use my 3 mermaidy decks. And what else? No, it's just going straight. No. And Kim Kranz. Right, okay. We're going Mermaid Tarot first, I think. It's my new one, so it's talking a lot to me at the moment. I think sometimes the images get overly familiar. No, I think, sorry, I'm just trying to pay attention to which deck to use first. Witch's Tarot first. Okay. So this is like the old familiar to me. I really like this deck. So this is The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan or Dugan. So what... Yeah, okay, there you go. Shadow side, devil energy, Capricorn energy. I should have said before, with all this kind of like fatherly energy that's coming through, I've got a huge amount of Saturn in my chart at the moment. It's called aspects. It's when the planet makes different shapes within your chart with other planets. So Saturn is making loads of aspects in my chart at the moment, and Saturn is Capricorn energy, devil energy. It's all kind of associated, so definitely 100% what I was picking up on. Frustrated that I didn't mention that, but again, it's this Saturn is all about tough love, and again we're getting this kind of like patron figure, like a patriarch figure, like head of the family, patriarchy could be, you know, like, oh, they're playing Run the Show by Cat DeLuna. Sorry, in my head. Hi, I'm crazy. Nice to meet you. So yeah, the people who run the show, or the people who run the family, right? The head, the big wigs, the big guys. So not necessarily Capricorn, by the way. It's just the energy, not a person specifically. I mean, maybe, right? Maybe. So the devil card is it's the shadow side in this deck. No wonder they wanted me to use this deck, because it's this is kind of like a special card in it. It's a different take on the devil card, so we wouldn't have got this from any other deck. It's specifically talking to me. The devil card can mean quite a lot of different things. You know, it's the people who pull the strings. It's the people who are kind of the puppet masters sometimes. People who it can talk about control issues. It can talk about substance abuse. It can talk about obsession, obsessive thinking, but the shadow side is part of all of us. We all have light aspects and dark aspects. It's anything to do with a lot of the time it can go back to childhood again, and like upbringing and problems that we faced in our lives, things that we run away from, things that we don't want to look at within ourselves, anything that we feel shame about, so guilt, or you know, anything we're embarrassed about that we feel. All of this kind of stuff is associated with the devil card and this shadow side energy. So I was saying that it's like somebody's numbing. We got Numb by Linkin Park and Faded and High by the Beach. So I do feel like somebody's trying to deal with their emotions in a toxic way. The shadow side, the devil card, is a toxic card. So they're not doing the shadow work. They're not looking at the emotions. They're not processing the emotions. They're not feeling what they need to feel. They're numbing. They're blocking. It's very self-destructive. Okay. Can you tell me more, please? Just tell me what you want to tell me. The King of Cups. Okay. So there could be somebody who is a water sign involved. This would be Cancer, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The King of Cups to me is specifically Scorpio. I do get a lot of Pisces from it, but for me, at the moment, it's coming through as Scorpionic energy. This is somebody who... again, if I'm talking about this paternal figure that I keep picking up on, it's like this person is kind of like head of the family, head of the household. If I feel like possibly it's the sort of person you, right, two things from it, okay? If I put these two cards together, so you can take it if it resonates, you can leave it if it doesn't. I'm going to give you two variations. These cards together is giving me this kind of quite controlling, somebody who, like, it's like you have to walk on eggshells around this person. You have to, it's that kind of King Lear person who you have to make sure you keep on the good side. It's like when you're on the good side of this person, they're very giving, they're very perhaps philanthropic, they're very calm, they're very they've got very controlled emotions, but also very secretive. The kings only say what they need to say. They play the cards very close to the chest. So it could be that somebody presents as one thing, but actually they've got a lot of dark energy, or it's if I separate these, this is on its own. The King of Cups in the upright is actually a very, 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 very positive card. It's somebody who has done the emotional work. It's somebody who is very stable emotionally, very calm and in control of their emotions and their feelings. They are not particularly expressive. They tend to, again, play the cards close to the chest. They only say what they need to say, but they kind of radiate love. You know that this person's a safe person to go to talk to. It can be somebody who is very nurturing, very, very loving, very calm and considerate, really kind of quite intuitive as well. Somebody who's maybe quite empathic, kind of, you know, that the granddad or the father figure that you know you could go to if you were her, and they would absolutely like look after you. Like they just radiate that kind of calm, wise, guardian kind of energy. So take that as it resonates. I don't quite know if those are connected or not there. Do you have anything else to tell me from this deck, please? I'm going to shuffle 3 times. If you... Anything else from this deck, please? No, that's it. I had a feeling that'd be it. Okay, yeah, 5 of Pentacles there. I did have a feeling a while back, again, this take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, that somebody could have like threatened to cut someone out of a will, or they use money as a way to control, or there could be some kind of financial hardship around this situation. It feels like cut off. I had it quite a long time ago. It's several readings ago now. And I think, again, it was for Capricorn, where it's like everybody had fallen out, and this kind of scorpionic energy that I was picking up on had kind of said, right, well, I'm cutting off the money until you all do what I want. Like, oh, you think you're doing that, do you? Well, we'll see what happens when I cut off the money. It was that kind of feeling. So again, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I'm just blurting out what comes to mind at this point. So do you have anything else? I'm just checking that I've got it in the upright. The Hierophant there as well. Again, this kind of controlling patriarchy energy. So quite a lot of that here, actually. Can you tell me more about why the shadow side card is here, please? Why is the shadow? It could be that somebody fears this person. Okay, so trigger warning. Again, this is something I was kind of picking up on. You've got the Death card here. So I was picking up on this with the benediction song. We don't have, I'm sorry, we don't have forever. Are you listening? It could be that somebody has passed away. It could be that someone has a fear of somebody passing away. It could be a fear of death. It could be some sort of ending. Again, it could be like an ending of a situation. I mean, it doesn't have to be a father figure. It could be a boss, right? It's some sort of ending to a situation where I feel like I'm getting really this kind of like cut off energy. I won't say what I'm thinking. I'll see if the card comes out for it. Again, we've got this kind of boat reference, right? I was telling you I was picking up on water. I mean, no, that's not fair. I am using the Mermaid Tarot. There's going to be water on it. But the thing with this card for me is that everybody's helping here. There's two sides. There's the mermaids and there's the person in the boat, but they can't see each other. There's this kind of like murky water between them. But everybody has good intentions here. The person in the boat is trying to lift this poor bird out of the oil, and these people down here are trying to pull these animals away and protect them. So there is something to do with two people, two sides to a situation. They're not understanding each other, but they're actually both trying to help. But then there's this third party as well, which is this kind of oil platform which has caused the problem in the first place. And you can see this person's in just a very small boat. She doesn't have the resources of this bigger person, but there's this light shining in. The light is shining on the helpers. The light is shining on the person trying to save someone. This could be talking about if you are dealing with health issues, this could be indicating some kind of nurse. It's somebody trying to help. But again, there's this toxic situation, right? So there's definitely a toxic situation here, which I feel like I have to say that the Death card clarifying the shadow side, or the Devil card, I actually read as very, 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 very positive, because this to me is that there's an end to a toxic situation. There's an end to obsession or addiction. It's ending. Whatever this toxicity is, whether that's it's something with emotions or numbing or whatever it is, to me this is an end of whatever this situation is. It's kind of over. So if somebody has done the shadow work, another way we can read this is that somebody's turning into this very positive King of Cups energy. Somebody who is not dealing with their emotions and numbing, it would have come out like this: somebody who is not in control of their emotions. This is saying, it's almost like coming out of the other side to me now. You're doing that work and seeing the light and seeing the positivity and maybe understanding the other side of the situation, and then actually getting control over those emotions and being a better person for it. So can you clarify though, King of Cups? Watch it have something. Watch it have like the Tower or something now. The King of Cups, please. Queen of Pentacles, which way, please? Yeah, definitely in reverse there. King of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Queen of Pentacles reversed, please? Why is the Queen of Pentacles reversed? Can you explain to me, please, why the Queen of Pentacles is reversed? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the Devil card again there. That's twice now. And the Chariot in reverse. Yeah. So the Devil card and the Devil card, this is the same card from two different decks. You've got the Devil card twice. So again, with this Saturn energy, right, that I was picking up on right at the start of the reading, this controlling, masculine, paternal energy. I may just need a minute to interpret this. The first thing I got instinctively when the Queen of Pentacles came out, which is why I was saying yeah, was because it could be something to do with, I mean, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is not a good energy. Like I just said, the King of Cups in the upright is a good energy. Combined with this, it's bad. Like this, it's good. Like this, it's bad. So it's all about how the cards come out. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and this is why I was like clarifying which way up it was, and I kind of knew it was going to be in the reverse. It could be that the Queen of Pentacles is my wife card in the tarot. It indicates somebody who's married normally. In the reverse, it's either, it feels like somebody's dealing with a toxic wife, or a mother. It could be a mother as well, a toxic mother. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is not a nice character. She's greedy, she's possessive, she cares about material things and not about, she puts material things over other things. She may not be very good at running a nice house and home. She's neglects her duties. She's not compassionate. She's not caring. She's not nurturing. There's no growth with her. She just takes. Queen of Pentacles is not a nice character in the reverse. Or it could be that this person's perfectly fine and this person's just getting out of a marriage, right? Could just be that, but it is in the reverse. And why I was saying yep as these other cards came out, you can see that this Devil card is trapped. The Mermaid's trapped there. So again, I feel like we have this controlling energy that I was picking up on. Also, the Four of Wands again is clarifying marriage. It is a marriage card. So it feels like somebody's trapped in a marriage with somebody who is not in great energy. The Chariot card in reverse tells me that there's no action being taken here. There's indecision. There's imbalance. Could be emotional imbalance again, because this Chariot card is Cancerian energy. Cancerian is a very, very emotional sign. It's probably the most emotional sign for me. And we have this Moon here as well on this card. So yeah, could definitely be picking up on Moon energy. Again, is very, very, very emotional. It impacts people's emotions. It's associated, for example, with the pulling of the tides, and with menstrual cycles, madness, these kind of things, if you think about Moon associations. So the Moon also talks about secrets. So got a lot of Capricorn energy. Capricorn, Cancer, water signs, Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer is what I'm picking up on very strongly so far in this reading. I mean, it should be this, right? This is what marriage should be. It should be, again, look, they're by the beach, right? Getting high by the beach, maybe. That's all they want to do. But it could be the, I mean, I don't know who's who. I don't know who's who here, right? We've got definitely someone who's very, very controlling with money. There's definitely something with like finances, I feel, that I'm picking up on here. There's people trying to help. This should be a compassionate energy. Somebody with a lot of love to give in the situation. This should be a happy marriage. This can also talk about events, celebrating things, milestones. The Devil card again, this kind of toxic energy is very much saying somebody is feeling very, very trapped by something. Again, it can be addiction. So an addiction is something that will trap you. And then very, very imbalanced energy here. This is like, I'm hearing wild horses. It's like there's something that can't be tamed, something that's untamable, very wild. I get this energy of you can see how they're trying to harness the horses, right? Or the horse, the seahorse. The Chariot card in the upright is a very, very positive card. It talks about taking control, right? Taking control of your own life. This feels to me like somebody's out of control. They can't control their own life. You could talk about something like Britney Spears, right? As an example. It's like they, you know, the paternal figures in her life said this person's very unwell. They are emotionally imbalanced. They can't make their own decisions regarding money. Perhaps this person overspends. So it's like this other energy is trying to put the reins on it. They're trying to control it. They're trying to trap this person, constrain this person. But it feels like this person could think that they're doing it for this person's own good. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that they're right or wrong, right? I'm just saying what I'm picking up on. So it feels like possibly a feminine energy. Doesn't mean it's a female, but Cancer is probably one of the most feminine energies in the zodiac. Somebody with an addiction, somebody who overspends, somebody who, again, look, she's kind of like, can you see all the money's outside and she's kind of looking through? It's like she's been cut off from the funds, you know? I'm hearing withdrawn. Somebody could have withdrawn funds from an account. It's like it feels cut off, like she's been cut off. You know, we had this card up here, like you've been cut off, right? I'm not giving you any more money because you're just going to go and spend it on weed. That kind of thing. I saw a video on Twitter, I think it was by a Lad Bible, and it was a man I think it was in America. He was like a shopkeeper, and he would give money to local homeless people. I think he's on TikTok. And he gives money to homeless people, and he gives them a small amount. So he says, like, what do you need? And it's like, I need food, and I need food, and I need a pair of glasses. And he's like, right, okay, go and buy whatever you want from the shop. Go and pick whatever you want. It's on me. And I will give you the money for the glasses. How much do you need? But you need to come back and show me the receipt. Or the glasses, you know, the evidence that you spent it on the right thing. And this person did. So he's like, right, okay, what else do you need? He's like, I need to get my ID. And he's like, right, here's the money for the ID. Go in, you know, bring it back, show me your ID. And he does. So he's like, he's giving him the money, but he's only going to give him the money if he spends it on the positive thing that he needs. And in the end, he ended up giving him money. He raised money via social media for this person. I think it was a few £1,000s to go and get a decent apartment, and to so that he could have his daughter could visit again, right? And it's all because this person had done the right thing and spent the money, you know, genuinely. This person genuinely wanted to improve themselves. But it's like, if that person had gone out and spent it on something that, like a substance, I feel like he would have said, right, I'm not giving you any more money then. You're not going to spend it on what you said you were going to spend it on. If I'm getting that kind of scenario. Yeah, okay. Knight of Pentacles. This is like, yeah, it's like doing the steps. I mean, maybe somebody's part of a, you know, step program, you know, to beat some kind of addiction. It's like doing the steps, doing it one day at a time, coming up with a plan, that kind of thing. So I'm going to just kind of shuffle, excuse me, I'm going to shuffle everything around like that. I'm sorry, I've just had breakfast before I did this reading. Do I want to go to the Tarot de la Nuit? No, I don't feel like I need it. I think we've got the story here. Let's see what the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz wants to say. So, what would you like to communicate via this deck, please? Thank you. Whoop, there we go. Yeah, there you go. Benefactor. What did I say? And the one there. I'll leave that one to your interpretation. It can mean the Lovers, okay. In reverse though, maybe somebody's not the one. Yeah, the King, okay. Somebody who is, I'm going to read it to you. I'm just going to read what it says, because it does feel like what I've been talking about. I'm actually going to stop and restart just to see how much space I've got available for the video. I'm going to run out of space and it's going to cut me off halfway through speaking. So again, cut me off. It's interesting the language choice that I'm using. I'm just going to stop and restart. Okay, there we go. We've got 10 minutes. So the ruler, I told you, head of the household, right? The head of the family, or the boss. The ruler, the commander, the emperor. If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing an entire spectrum of human experience, the king presides over it all. Through the lens of the king, we assess the state of our land, make decisions and rule accordingly. Therefore, the king must be thoroughly and regularly vetted so as to avoid corruption. Recognize the dual nature of the king. He is either, oh, this is it. This is exactly what I'm picking up on. Maybe dealing with somebody who's a bit, they could go one way, they could go the other way. That's why I was picking up on the eggshell thing. The dual nature of the king. He's either seated in benevolence and strength. Interestingly, it actually uses the word benevolence. Yeah, maybe somebody's called like Ben, benediction, benevolence. He is either seated in benevolence and strength, guiding you towards peace, or he is oppressing the weak out of a need to control. There is not much middle ground. It's just, look, it's crazy. Look, like middle ground. The way that I've like split it and everything. There's no coincidence in tarot. Okay. And interesting as well, oppressing the weak out of a need to control. This always talks to me about someone being silenced, right? There is not much middle ground. Some think of the king as the ultimate expression of the ego, yet the great kings of mythology and history serve from an egoless place. They take their throne with grace and humility, knowing that the divine uses them as a channel to heal deep and long-standing discrepancies in the kingdom. I love theories around kingship. The old-fashioned view of kingship, that it's somebody who is divinely appointed by God. I'm not particularly religious. I'm talking about like from a literary or a historical perspective. I've read a lot of Shakespeare and a lot of the classics which talk about like the Basilius, right, the kings of ancient Greece, or the kings of Rome. A lot of people don't know that Rome had kings, but they did. They had, I think it was like 7 kings, 6 or 7 kings. I've got memory like a sieve. And you can go and look up the early history of Rome by, I want to say, Livy. Showing myself up now. Again, memory like a sieve. I do know, it's just hard for me. I've got a slow recall system. And yeah, he talks about like Numa and Romulus and Servius Tullius, and all these early kings, and like the good things about them and the bad things about them, and some of them were a little bit like good and bad. They had that duality. So I really like the idea of a king isn't just the ruler. They're not just there to have an ego trip, right? They are there to serve the country. You can watch things like The Crown, Queen Elizabeth, and a duty of care to the people. So these old ideals of kingship are very beautiful to me. And like any kind of social structure, right, there's good leaders and bad leaders. You can have a good version or a bad version of any kind of political system. Okay, so I think my neighbours might be home. Let me just pause and make sure nobody's knocking on my door and the neighbour's dog's going a bit crazy. I think it's just that the neighbours had a visitor. Right, okay, where did I get up to? They take their throne with grace and humility, knowing the divine uses them as a channel to heal deep and long-standing discrepancies in the kingdom. When light, benevolence, you can't make this up, guys. You saw that card come out, right? Benediction, benevolence, divine leadership, service, nobility. When dark, oppression, misuse of power, corruption. Go deeper, the Dalai Lama, Indra, Richard III and Macbeth. It's funny, I was thinking about Richard III and Bolingbroke. The king is necessary. He is a bridge between the eternal and the day-to-day. It is also said that it is necessary for the king to die. This is a death of ego. Now, just to say, we're not literally talking about a king, right? There's not very many kings right now. But we're talking about somebody who's like the head of the household, the head of the family. I just saw 444 on my timestamp. So 4s are about stability, right? Yeah. Once the king's relationship to divinity is broken or challenged, he often acts from a place of fear, scrambling to uphold his image and power. Yeah, so if this king is challenged, you know, if he's so used to making decisions, whoever this person is, used to making decisions, used to calling the shots, not used to being challenged, and then all of a sudden he's challenged, he's going to say, right, I'm cutting you off, right? It's like, you don't respect me, I'm cutting you off. That kind of King Lear character coming back through again. Okay. But again, King Lear, he kind of shot himself in the foot there, didn't he? Yeah, I didn't make good decisions. The cave, the dark, the portal, the interior. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It's a place of potent power. They're showing me that tree again with the roots, acting both as a portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat where no one can see the true self in the darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the centre of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. I said somebody needed to do that shadow work, right? It may not be the king that needs to do the shadow work. It may be somebody who's had to deal with a character like this. I had a boss that was like this once, and yeah, they very much, it's almost like, what do they call it? Like gaslighting, or is it gaslighting? What's the other one? It's like you're so under their thumb and you run around for them and you're trying to please them. And then when you start to step back away from it, you think, why am I trying to please this person? They're not really, you know, they're not really good for me. It's like I'm better off cutting that cord and yeah, I don't know. But again, it's like this feeling of, it could be that you've moved away from somebody like this, and if this person's passing away, you may want to at least give them the chance to make amends, right? I don't know, right? It's your reading. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. I'm not telling you have to do anything. Whatever works for you, right? Yet, because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city while a cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. I said someone might be avoiding doing the shadow work and numbing. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend the fire. When light, the sacred centre within. When dark, withdrawal, isolation and hiding. Go deeper. Lascaux, the cave of crystals, the blue grotto. I'm just going to kind of show you that there. Envision yourself as an old sage in a cave. What amenities do you need? What draws you ever closer to the cave within the cave? Slowly and steadily, crystals of enormous magnitude grow within the dark confines of the caves. Let the cave teach you patience. Okay, well, whatever that is for you then. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think that's... Now, let me just get a bit of advice from that other deck. Interesting, the phrase that I'm going to use right now. I was going to say, is there anything else you wish to say? Which feels very formal. Is there anything else you wish to say? Maybe that someone speaks like that. And there you go. I mean, I said I saw a tiger, but the magician has all the tools at their disposal to make the dreams come true. This is somebody who can manifest. This is somebody who... So this is saying to you, if this is your advice, right, you have everything you need to put your dreams into action here. You don't need this other person. You have the sword of truth. You have the pentacles, which is the skills, the practical ability to apply to things. You have the cups, which is the emotion, the love for what it is you want to do. And you have the wand, which symbolises the ability to take action, the ability to be very intuitive and to feel your way through situations and to have a lot of passion for what you do. You have everything that you need to make your own dreams happen. So if you're waiting for a handout, you don't need it. That's how I would read that. You've also got the Hermit here on the bottom. So this is both Virgo and energy. You may have Virgo in your chart or be dealing with a Virgo, but both Virgo. This is also Gemini to me. Yeah, I want to get you a song to close out the reading, so I've got a minute left. Okay, so it's I don't know if you can see that 1-5-11-55 there on the timestamp, so 1s and 5s repeating. As I was kind of getting ready, I was thinking of the the song. I'm sorry that we don't have more time. I've actually got 2 minutes because I stopped and restarted. So there could be something in that. Also, the battery's going, the battery's draining. If your battery's draining, you may need to stop, rest and restart. There could be anything that happens in a reading is part of the reading, right? So make time for yourself. The song that's playing is Out of Control. Again, can't make it up. Out of control. I said that this person could be out of control. It feels like these people are trying to restrain somebody. It could be that somebody says somebody's out of control. Girls allowed. Maybe girls are allowed in a situation. Maybe again this thing about men and women. The paternity right. Paternity test. I don't know. The promise, perhaps somebody's made a promise to somebody, so I'll make a note of that song as well for you. It's just the first song that randomized as I was kind of pulling up my light songs, so take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But yeah, I Promise You Made Me, someone else had that. I can't remember which reading it came out in. It may not have gone up yet, but somebody had something about loyalty and promises, I think. Again, it could have been Cancer. Right, okay. What's the most important song for people to hear right now if they're resonating with this reading? Sometimes by Britney Spears. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide. Unbelievable. I mentioned Britney Spears, right? Out of Control and the paternity coming in, to control the finances. It's so funny that I was talking about that and then here she is. So sometimes I run, sometimes I hide. Again, this thing about running from your feelings. I'm just going to get one more song to close out your reading. So advice, please. Anyone resonating with this reading, what's the best advice? Don't know that one. I don't know how that's ended up on my playlist. Sometimes I just get songs and I kind of stick them on, but again, it's kind of church. Can you see the church imagery? Yeah, I'll put that in the description box down below. You can go and check it out, go and Google the lyrics, translate them, see what that is for you. All right, take care.